learned how to weld with an arc, with acetylene, with sheet metal work. That was where I got my first training for ship fitting. From there they sent me to San Diego, to the destroyer base, where I learned how to weld more efficiently. 1 month with the acetylene, 1 month with the arc welding, and 1 month with different types of metals. We had one 5-inch gun. We had 2 dual 40 millimeter, which would be anti-aircraft, and we had 4 dual 20 meter anti-aircraft guns, and they were duals also. So that was our actual firepower. We had on the stern next to the 5-inch gun, we had 2 smoke generators, which we used only one time when we was at Iwo Jima. And we had our landing craft there. Then they had pots that they put on the stern of these landing crafts, and they would light them up, and then they just ride around the ship. And they put out a lot of smoke, and that was our cover from any aircraft that were coming in. First time in, we missed our location for dropping our anchor, and we had to go in 2 more times before we hit it, and we just circled around and came back. And then we were there X number of days, and we laid just close enough to the island that the Japanese could shoot mortars, and one of them actually went down our front hole, but I'd heard about it. It was so quick and what have you. But there was a lot of planes, a lot of gunfire going on there. What a time. Waves were running 50 feet high, and they always said that our ship would only take a 35-degree list, and after that it would just turn over. But we took a 38-degree list and stayed upright. But it was interesting. You could look down to see the water down there, and next time you had to look up to see it, just because of the size of the wave and the listing of the ship as it rolled with the waves. But we was very fortunate. We never lost anybody. I didn't sleep in my bunk. I happened to have a cot, and I put it in the carpenter shop, which I worked out of. And they had air ducts that went through the shop. And I took a inspection plate off of it. So I laid right there, and the air going through came down. And that was my air conditioning. And we did it one timer there, when the Kamikaze airplanes came over. We did have one. We laid right next to, I believe it was the St. Louis. It was a cruiser. And this Kamikaze pilot headed for them, and he missed them and went right in between us, but there was no harm done or anything. We saw Japanese floating by, bodies dead, floating by our ship there. We were there when they had air raids, that kamikaze planes. They had kamikaze boats who came in trying to ram the different ships. And it was that while we was at Okinawa, we had our first casualty. One of our seamen was up on top side, and he was hit by a 50 millimeter bullet. And after they got it out, they decided it was from one of our own guns. The only casualty that we had the whole time we was out there.